the wealth creation is not possible, because for the wealth creation small saving, small amounts investment is important. Apart from it, you have to increase your saving amount also. If you keep on increasing your saving amount, that will also exponentially grows your wealth. So the point that I was trying to say is कि you know the the time horizon is very 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 important. You have to start saving early. You have to start saving early. You know, the longer you save, the more you make. Now, this was, earlier it used to be the old formula. Income minus expenses is equal to saving. Can I have the slide please in the front of me? Yeah, this is the old formula which used to have income minus expenses is equal to saving. We should work on this new formula. We have the income, we should have the savings. First we will, we have to subtract the savings, and then whatever remains we have to do the expenses. Now let me tell you, expenses can be good and bad. There are two types of expenses. Can be important and avoidable. Some are important and non-avoidable also. So for example, electricity bill for a home is important also, and you cannot avoid it. You have to give it at any cost. Similar fashion, child education, it is important. You cannot avoid it. You have to give the child fees every month. So this is important and non-avoidable. Now there are can be an expenses which can be important but can be avoidable. So for example, if I am having, say for example, if having weekend parties with my friends twice in a month, right? Everyone has the right. Man is a social animal. We have the right to do. But can we avoid it? Can we make it to one? Yes, we can. Instead of having, spending in two, we can make it one, and we can reduce our expenses. So my point is, you have to yourself have to work out how can I, reduce my expenses. So there are a lot of budgeting sheets available, online. If you go to the Google, you just or internet, you will search for the online budgeting sheet, you will get a lot of it. In the later on in the presentation, I'll show you a few of them, where you can put in your expenses, put in your income, and it will tell you how much income is there, how much expenses you are currently making. And in that sheet you can figure it out, what are the expenses that I can reduce and increase my savings. So at any point of time you have to work on a one funda, that is you have to reduce your expenses and increase your savings frequently. So this is the monthly budgeting sheet that I was talking you about, right? So these sheets are available in online. You search it, you will get it. You can write multiple things in it. What is your housing rent, mortgage, or any property tax, health insurance if you are giving, car payment if you are giving, any gas and something, what is the budget, what actually is happening, what is the difference. So again, a very very small example I would like to quote. Say I have a plan. Say for example, I have a dish plan in my home which is costing me, say for example, 1000 rupees. But in the last 1 year or 2 years, I'm giving you my example only, I saw in my family that now mostly are involved in multiple channels in the mobile also. They keep on the series and everything. They are using more mobile for their entertainment rather the dish. So I realized that the plan that I am having is charging me extra, and is of no use because no one is watching now. So I minimized that budget. What I did, I changed the plan, which was having a bit of news channels, a small of sports channel, and a few of news channel, because I realized the rest of that part is taken care by my family on mobile itself. There, I don't want to name the channels. There are multiple channels, multiple apps available where you can watch movies online and all that stuff. So it's a very small example that I am giving, but it can make a difference. If I can save, if I was having a 999 plan which was of no use for my family, my family was not utilizing it, I realized this and I reduced that plan to 549 and I saved 400. Now I assure you, if you save this 400 per month in a SIP, I'll brief you later on it is what is it. If you channelize this small frequent investment into something, for the next 3 years, you will see how much money you gain. So this has created a wealth. This is an addition in your wealth. So what you have done, you have channelized that expense into a saving, right? So this is the channelization that I was talking about, and this you can do by yourself. You have to analyze the things, how you can save the money, how you can save the money. Once you will save the money, you can do the investment. Lot of investment avenues available which are safe and can give you good returns in long term. You can just put in there the money and the wealth will create. Now let's come to this saving amount factored. What next? Where to invest? How to invest? Now this is a very important question. Where to invest and how to invest? Saving amount I have saved. Say for example, some says, "Take it done. I have saved the saving amount. I can have 5,000 of saving every month. I can dedicate it to for saving." Now tell me, where to invest and how to invest? Now, this is a very big question. Where to invest and how? Investment avenues are available in plenty, plenty. Lot of people can come misguide you, invest in that, invest, can be Ponzi schemes as well. There are multiple things available. So you have to make sure where you're investing. This is very, very important. Where to invest and how to invest. That is also important. So, how to invest is not a big, foray to understand. There are a lot of tutorials and explanations sessions available in the market. You can understand how to invest. Important is the choosing of the right asset class. Where to invest. Now, definitely as an individual, I will definitely look for, the annualized return, which will give me a higher return, highest return. I will invest in that. Simple. If I'll ask someone where you want to invest, you will say जिसमें सबसे ज़्यादा रिटर्न मिले, where I'll get the maximum return, I'll invest in that. Simple answer from any individual, क्योंकि everyone wants to make huge. So it will say जिसमें सबसे ज़्यादा रिटर्न मिले उसमें invest कर दीजिए. So here is a chart that I want to showcase you. It's a last 20-year compound annual growth rate of different asset classes. Can I have the slide, please? Yeah. So if you can see, there is, I have compared 5 asset classes. So equities, real estate, gold, provident fund, and FD. So if you have invested in the last 20 years in equities, that would have given you a return of around 15% per annum. In the real estate, it's around 11.93. In gold, it's 9.323. And the least is FD, which is 7.87. So you can see the equities have the highest return. So as an individual, some would say, yes, please invest my money in equity. But there is again a catch. Equity carries a risk. Equities carries a risk. But again, the risk can be mitigated if you go for a long-term horizon. So I would say, if I am thinking for a tenure of investment for, say for example, 20 years or 25 years, yes, equities, investment in equities can do wonders to your portfolio or your wealth creation. But yes, if my time frame is less, again coming to the example, start early. If you are at the age of 25 or 30s, yes, you have a 30 years of time to get retire. So you can go into the equities. You can have their portfolio in equities because you have a long term horizon. And definitely in a long term, if you see the historical pattern of the equities or Sensex, you will find that they have given it has doubled in almost every 5 to 6 years. It has doubled. So if you see the pattern of the graph of any equity chart, you will find it's a trending upward. There can be downs and ups, but overall, if you see the trajectory, it's going upward, right? So this is a very important point. So if you have at the age of 40 or 45, then definitely yes, for creating wealth, you cannot incline completely to the equities, because when the time tenure is left, the equities carries a risk. So you have to move it to the debt. When you come to the debt, debt funds, then definitely the rate of returns are bit lower, but safety is there. It can also create wealth, but not to the tune which you want. So now the question comes, an individual and ask, "Okay, sir, if I am at 40 or 45, that means there is no way, I can create wealth." No, this is not the case. You can create wealth at 45, even at 50 age, you can also create wealth in the next 10 years. The only thing is that you have to increase the quantum of your investment. So, say for example, if I am at 25 years of age, if I want to have a wealth of 2 crores, say for example, in next 35 years, so I might need to save 5,000 rupees a per month. But if I am at the age of 45, that quantum will have to be increased because the time tenure is less. So whatever, if you have to balance it for a particular wealth, so if your time horizon is quite high, you can have lesser investment amount. If a time horizon is less, so you have to increase your investment amount. So the one who is at 25 can achieve a wealth of by saving just 5,000 only, whereas if someone is 45, he has to do it at by doing it 15,000, or say you can do double or triple, in fact maybe 18,000. So I have two example in my PPT later at later stage, where I'll show you how can a two individual, one at 25 and another at 45, can have same wealth in just a small tweaking. A very small tweaking it is required, and you can create the same wealth. So there is nothing to worry if you are at a later stage of your age, right? Now, again a very important slide. This is a I'm comparing various asset classes. Again the same dilemma is there. The criteria is there. Equity, return potential is above inflation. Yes, definitely equity gives me a high return, but volatility of returns are very very high. Market can go up, go down. Liquidity is very high. You can sell anytime. You can get the money next day or next to next day. T plus 1 or T plus 2 settlement is there. You can invest in a small amount. Yes, one can invest every month, a year. Yes, complexity average. Yeah, you have to be a bit knowledgeable. If you are investing direct in equity, you have to have an trading account or a demat account. There are multiple things that is required. So average complexity, not very high, rocket science. Same with the fixed income. It's near inflation, very not much higher return, but definitely yes, it can beat the inflation. Volatility of the returns are low. So if you go into the chart, the cash is at the last. If you are having cash, it's like you're eroding your wealth completely. If you're lying a cash, if I have a 500 note rupees today, after 10 years it will again be a 500. It cannot be going 501, so it will remain 500 only. So cash is something which if we are keeping, it's not very much appreciated. Yes, definitely for a contingency one should have. I would say whatever you are earning per month, 4 times or 5 times of your salary should be there as a cash in your bank account or with you, lying with you as a contingency, not beyond that. So say for example, if I am earning 50,000 of rupees, if 2.5 lakhs is, I should have in my bank account as a cash lying for any contingency plan, and for any contingency. Now again, contingency in a middle class family can be of two types majorly. What we have observed is is a health, or when certain certain mishappening happens. So for those, against the plans are available. I am not going into deep into that. You can have a mediclaim cover also. You can take it with a small amount, where you can cover your family with a higher amount. So for example, I could take a 5,000 or 3,000 per month plan, which can cover my family to a tune of 5 lakhs also. So for that I don't need to have a so much of cash in my bank account. But still, I would not say you should have a zero cash in your bank account. There has to be something. Whatever monthly income, maybe 2 to 3 times or maybe 4 times max, you should have in your bank account as a contingency. So this was the point that I was trying to highlight, is you have to compare the various asset classes, which is high, which is low, what is it is all about. Now Let me tell you, I'm talking about these jargon and you might find it very complex. What are the things I'm going to look into it? Equity, commodity, liquidity, volatility of the returns, can I